Hello everybody, this is Roller with Winterbrose, and in this video segment we're going to try to inspire your 3D creativity by showing you some cool uses for the primitive shape, the torus. This video was inspired by a message on our Facebook page recently from a customer who wanted to inquire how we created the bow form or the bow shaped portion of the aeroplane model that connected the tail to the cockpit. Here we've loaded up the aeroplane into Daz Studio 4.10, and of course he's talking about this section back here, the yellow section between the cockpit and the tail. And what you're going to do, if you just take a really close look at it, we're going to show you how we created that using a torus. And you'll see the you can almost see it's got a curved shape, and that's what he was interested in. He wasn't sure how we got that bowed segment, so we'll go show you that really quickly. The first thing you want to do is to create a new primitive form, and then you're going to select torus. And these are the sizes we use down here. You can use any size that you choose. So we'll go ahead and click accept. And we're going to go to the scene tab, and we're going to focus on that torus really quick. And we'll go to a front view. And then, of course, once you've added the torus, go ahead and select it again in the scene tab if you haven't got it selected. And basically, we're going to scale it down on the Y. And for this particular one, we're going to go 25%. Now, you'll have to play around with the shapes and all to get what you like. But you can see how this shape now, that bowed portion of the aeroplane that he was talking about, here it is in the bottom half of this. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to use the geometry editor to remove the top half of this. And actually, I believe we might have taken it from about here, somewhere along here, over to the top, so it came from a lower up and swung up. You can see here in this little picture we taken, yeah, we're going to remove it from here all the way up to here, and I think actually we probably cut it down here a little more than we showed, but basically it's going to be the same effect. So basically what we did was we used the geometry editor in Daz Studio to remove that top portion of the torus once it was scaled down. And here you can see the torus after we've cut off the top half of the shape. Now we, for the aeroplane, we cut a little more off, but we wanted to show you this half of a shape just to show you some ideals for it. If you look at it closely, if you could probably just imagine, let's go ahead, why don't we just go ahead and rotate this on the Z. Let's go ahead and put that about 90. And just let's scroll back out a little bit. If you take a look close at it, it could easily be if you made like a box for furniture in your design, you could use this as a handle for a door. And we'll go ahead and rotate the shape back down. And let's see, let's select it again. We're going to go ahead and undo the rotate here. So we're going to take a little bit more off of this. We're going to do another cutting of it with using the geometry editor. So here we've cut it down to 1/4 of the size, and we think that this would be an awesome beginning for maybe some kind of if you're a Trekkie or a Star Trek fan, you might be able to visualize this as a part of the Enterprise. So what we could do is we'll show you really quick if we just took and added a sphere. We'll go ahead and add us a sphere in here, new primitive. We'll make it a sphere. Hopefully it doesn't make it too big. And we'll just go ahead and select it really quick. We'll use the universal tool to put it in place. There it is. We're going to just so that we get that effect that we need for a Trek ship like the Enterprise, we're going to take that and we're going to scale it now on the X. And then we'll scale it on the Z. And we're just playing around here. We're not getting real specific about it, but we'll pull that over to the center a little more. Now, if you look at that, you might see that, it's like the beginning of a Star Trek ship. Now, we know that it's not the Enterprise didn't have quite such of a, we could take that shape and narrow it down just a bit, and then relocate it again, back over center. Now you can see you might see a Star Trek ship taking shape here, and you might even narrow that down just a little more. And then of course you could add a top to it, and you could add back here. You could add on some stuff like for the warp drive, the impulse engines, whatever they were called for the Star Trek ships. We just could do that. You might take that and you might use a cylinder. And of course, well, I think I created a really small one there. Let me go ahead and delete that. We'll try a new one. Just go ahead and get a new cylinder here. Hang on a second. We'll be right back as soon as we get this size figured out. So we'll create a new cylinder here really quick. New primitive cylinder. Here's the sizes we used. Like I said, you'd have to play around to get what you want. Of course, we'll go back up here to the top view. We want to rotate that around a little bit. Oops, excuse me, we'll rotate on the Y. There you go. Then, of course, you can see if you placed it. Maybe scale it down a little bit. Push it to the back. You can really quickly. It's rough. It could be scaled down just a bit, maybe. Let's just go ahead and scale it down just a little bit, and then bring it back into view here. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Then, of course, if you used like another sphere on the front to give it that the little round effect there, and then you could add another one to the right over here. So let's go ahead and just duplicate that really quick just to show you. We just want to inspire you to use your imagination to that you can do so many things with primitive shapes that it's just unbelievable. So there you go. So if you see that now, see how it's starting to look like a Star Trek ship. And it wouldn't take a lot of modeling. You can add another half a sphere up here with the geometry editor, cut it in half, and just put top on top, and you put a little dome on the top of that. You could build all kinds of stuff in here. You could take a cube and square it up and put a little the landing bay for the shuttles. Like I said, this is just the start, but it's just here we wanted to inspire you that you could do a lot just using primitive shapes. Of course, in this case, the start of which was the Torus, which is how we got this neck that's going to connect the top to the bottom, and that's how we created the part of the aeroplane that connected the cockpit to the tail wing. If you're not familiar with how to use a geometry editor to take primitive models and remove part of the geometry to shape them the way you want, you might be interested in looking at our Modeling Made Simple, available from Daz 3D. If you go to our website, www.winterbrose.com, and you go into our products section, let's see, let me go back here. If you just click on products right here on the front page, you can see down here we got all kinds of products. We have more than this available, but we're trying to update our catalog as we go. We're a little behind, and I apologize for that. But you can see it right here. You can click that right there and read more about it on our web page. Or if you want to, you can go straight to the Daz site, www.daz3d.com, and just do a quick search on modeling, and you'll find this. Here's our training package. If you want to learn how to create static models, right there inside Daz Studio, teach you the geometry editor and all kinds of good stuff. If you want a quick peek, here's all the stuff that we show you in the videos. So it's a really good learning tool. So we're going to leave Daz Studio now, give you one last glimpse, and show you, like I said, how we use the Torus to create this nice looking neck connector shape for the if you're like a Trekkie buff. And there's all kinds of things you could do with the Torus inside of Daz Studio or any other 3D application that allows you to do geometry editing and has primitive shapes. We thank you very much for watching this video with us, and have a great day.